In today's tutorial, I will show you step by step how to set up Shadcn with JavaScript, React, and Vite. This is an update to a previous video that I made because the documentation has been updated since then. For the rest of this tutorial, I will be using my own documentation since the official docs only show how to set up a React app with TypeScript and not JavaScript. The documentation will look very similar to the TypeScript version. Also, just before we start, I will be using a lot of different commands throughout this tutorial. If you want to use the exact same commands that I'm using, I will leave a link in the description where you can see the exact code that I'm using. Going to my documentation, the first step is to create a React app. I will copy this command and then paste it inside my terminal inside of VS Code. For the project name, I will type in a period so the project is created in the current directory. Then I'll select React, then JavaScript. The next step is to run these two commands. So I'll just copy it here and then paste it. You should see two files successfully created. Then the next step is we need to copy and paste this code into our index.css file. So at the very top of the file, we can just copy in what I just pasted. The next step is to update our tailwind config.js file. We just need to update this one line. So I will copy it here and then open the file and then make sure just to paste it in here like this. After that, if we scroll down, we need to create this JS config file. I will copy the code here and I went ahead and created the file. Just make sure it's inside the current directory and then just paste in the code. We need to create another similar file, except this time it's called jsconfig.app.json. Just like before, I will copy this code and I went ahead and create the file and I'm just going to paste in the code and just get rid of the comments. After that, the next step is to update this file called vite.config.js. First, we want to run this command, so I'll copy it and then paste inside my terminal and run the command. Then we want to go back and copy this block of code here and open our vite.config.js file and then make sure just to paste in what we just copied. Going back to the docs, the next step is to run this command here. So I'll copy it and then just paste inside my terminal. The first question is what style we would like to use. You can just select either option. I'll select New York in this case. Then same thing for the color. I'll just select neutral. And then it'll ask if you want to use CSS variables. Just select no or yes. I will select no in this case. You should see a success message if everything worked as expected. We can also test this by importing a component from the Shadcn UI library. Going back to the docs, we can copy this command and paste it here. We should now see a message saying that one file was created successfully. Going back to the docs, we can copy this first line of code here. Going back to the code, if we open our app.jsx file, we can paste in the code here. Then we can copy the button component code here by just copying this and going back here and just pasting in the code just like this. Now we can run the React app by typing in npm run dev and hitting enter. Opening up the React app, we should now see a button that says click me just like this. If you're seeing a similar button, then that means everything worked correctly and you can now import any component from the Shadcn UI library. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe for more content.